Hi guys, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about how to shape the ball. So we're going to talk about how to hit draws, how to hit fades, how to hit the straightest you can, and the reasons why some people might struggle to shape the ball one way or the other. So first of all, we're going to start with how to hit a straight shot. So obviously to be able to do that, we've got to make sure we try and get our club face as square as we can to the target, and we've got to try and get our club path as square as we can to that club face in line with the target. That way that when we hit the ball with a strike, we're not going to impart any side spin on the ball, which is going to cause it to move off of line. So I've got my 7-iron here, I've got some dots on the club face here, so we've got GC quad on the floor, and that's going to measure the club head through impact, and obviously it will also measure the golf ball as it takes off and heads towards the target. So we're going to see if we can get my club face and club path as close to 0 as possible. This is what I would class as my standard swing. So let's have a look at the numbers. It's a little bit better. We've got path still 1.7 into out, and we've got club face much better. Club face is 0.8 degrees off of my path, so both club face and path working a little bit closer together. So that's my attempt at a straight shot. So now I'm going to try and hit a draw, and that's going to require me to push my path much more into out. That's probably the main thing I see when people struggle to move the ball right to left. They don't move their path far enough into out, and that doesn't allow them their club face to get close to the path and to point far enough right at target to get the ball started on the right line. So we're going to talk some ideas of how we can get the path moved a little bit more from inside the line to outside the line to help create that draw. So if I want my club head as it comes down to stay a bit further back behind my line of the ball, that's then going to help me create this inside the line to outside the line path to hit. If I allow this club head to work too far outside the line, my hands too early, it's going to cut across more likely, and we're going to more likely hit a pull or a slice to the right. So if I want to hit a draw, I've got to make sure I push my path far enough into out relative to target. So let's give it a go. There you go, nice shot up the right side with a nice bit of draw in it. So let's see where the path went on that one. There you go, path moved 4.5 degrees into out, so we've moved that about 3 degrees more than where my standard shot would be. So I'm really starting to feel on those where my club head comes down much further behind me before I allow it to go out to the ball in the last part of the downswing. So if we try and hit the fade now, it's probably a shot where it's a little bit easier for people to hit because they're more likely creating that slight out-to-in path already. So really it's a case of opposites to the draw. We're trying to get the path working across the ball, so that requires this club head to come outside the line a little bit more of the ball and then come across the ball. What we want to make sure we do though is keep the club face pointed slightly left of the target, and then we swing further across than that with the path. That way we get the ball started left and it can move back onto the target. What I see a lot of people do is they come in with the path working out to in, and we don't get the club face squared up enough to the target, so we end up leaving it too far open, and we start with the ball too far right and it moves right as well. So make sure we get club face pointed slightly left of target, and then we're going to swing even further left with the path. Okay, we've got nice balls starting left of the target line, moving left to right in the air. So we've got path there gone 5.6 out to in, so we moved it nearly 10 degrees from the draw where we get the path into out 5. Now we got it 5 out to in, and the face to path is nicely open to that path as well. So we got a nice amount of cut spin on the ball to move it back to the right side. So this is where you can really help improve your chance of shaping the ball both left to right and right to left. It's really more about moving your path more in terms of into out or out to in, and therefore you'll be able to then keep the club face, if you want to hit the draw, slightly close to the path more easily, and if you want to hit the fade, you can keep it slightly open to the path a bit more easily. If you don't move the path enough, it doesn't leave you enough sort of leeway to get the club face open or close to it, and we tend to hit a lot of shots that start at the target and move off to the right or off to the left. But make sure we move path enough. It's going to help you shape the ball better, and it's also going to help you hit target more. Give it a go.